Hi, Basement Dwellers. This is just a friendly reminder that if you'd like to be a supporter of the show, you can do so at our Patreon at patreon.com/basementdwellerproductions. We have 3 tiers of subscription. You can do 5, 10, or 15, also known as the Basement Bay. If you do the $15 subscription, you do also get a one-of-one art piece by yours truly. We would really appreciate it. We can definitely use the support. So, love you guys.
Quick announcement before we get into this week's episode that on Saturday, September 9th, the Basement Dwellers will be joining the ScaredyCast podcast for the first ever ScaredyCon, located at Taproom 120 in Gilbert. It's going to be an all-day event featuring local podcasts, local beers, food trucks, and local Arizona artists. There's going to be a whole vendor location across the board. Feel free to pick up some really awesome memorabilia and merch. It's going to be a great time. Again, Basement Dwellers will be doing our very first ever live show there, Taproom 120, Gilbert, Arizona, hosted by the awesome ScaredyCast. That's going to be from noon to midnight. Feel free to check it out, and let's start the show.
Allow me to introduce myself. You're tapped in with the Basement Dwellers, hosted by your boys Jacob Santoro and Christian Talone.
You're blabbering about unnecessary stuff. Cut it out.
Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button to get all the updates from the channel too.
Tell me what your hand's doing over that button first.
But for now, just loud shout and kick back, cause I got a fresh one right here delivered to your speakers. Lock in.
Alright.
Believe it or not, we've been successful enough to almost make it to 100 episodes, and I got to say that episode 95 is a big deal to me, as much as my face may not show it. But I'm very excited to be here, as always, with my bestest buddy in the whole wide world, Mr. Christian. How are you today, Mr. Christian?
Tired.
I know. I appreciate you waking up. I got you a nice big boy energy drink, and we are going to provide the entertainment that we do every Friday for you people out there. Or every Wednesday, if you, support the show. But, if you don't support the show, then you got to wait 2 days. It's just how it is. Welcome, everybody, and a happy, super duper Friday to you all. I hope that you guys got paid today or laid today, or what rhymes with both of those. That's a positive.
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither. Paid, laid, and what else? Stayed in bed. I don't know.
Made. Played.
Paid, laid, and played. No, that sounds like you got fucked over.
I mean, maybe some of them did. Maybe some of them need to hear some words of inspiration or need some chuckles to fix their day.
Happy Friday.
We don't hope that happened to you, though.
Happy Friday. I'm sorry your wife left you today.
Sorry you got played, buddy.
Sorry, buddy. But for all of you that got paid and laid, it's a good day for you, not for that other guy. Welcome, everybody. A lot has happened this week. Primarily, the earth is getting cooler, finally. We are enjoying not consistently disgusting 115 weather. It's a nice, crispy 105 to 110. And I'm thriving. I got to say, that's a sweet spot. As a person that's lived in Arizona most of his life, I enjoy I don't mind. I don't hate the summer. It's just there's a threshold. I'm like a lizard. You know what I mean? Lizards prefer the warm climate, but they can still die if it's too hot.
It's crazy how like the difference between 110 to 115 really makes.
Yeah.
Like you really notice that difference. Like it goes from like I don't know, like we had like that string of like what it was like almost 30 days plus of like just 115 plus or something. And yeah, dude, once we had that little rainstorm and then like it kind of broke the heat wave a little bit, it's like I remember going outside and being like, wow, it actually feels kind of nice today. And you check, it's like 110. Yeah. I'm like, wow, man, that sucks.
Yeah, that's just life out in the AZ, my friend. A through Z, it's consistently hot. But you know what? It's getting cooler finally. We're approaching our fall seasons, which we all can't wait for. Say what you will about Arizona, but my God, our fall and winter's amazing.
Our fall and winters are nice.
Because I hate snow.
I love snow, but I mean, you could deal with it out here. I mean, I feel like I haven't had like a nice enough winter like I've had some Thanksgivings. Like I remember like when we first moved out here, there was one Thanksgiving and it was like nice and like almost like foggy out and like there's some like overcast and stuff. And I remember me and my dad played football in the street. But I feel like it hasn't gotten like that lately. I don't know. Like
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you're talking like.
Is global warming real? What's the consensus on that right now?
I don't know. We call up an expert on see what global. You know, I'm either as podcasters, we're consistently what we call on the fence, and we don't really know what to believe, but we'll pretend that we know what to believe, depending on who we're talking to.
Speaking of what to believe, man, the aliens are real.
Aliens are real.
Do you think they control the weather?
No, but I do believe that we will sooner than later eventually get things in the news that are new distractions, such as alien threats imminent. It'll be a new distraction, but I believe that our government will now officially start blaming aliens for a lot of things. I 100% believe that.
How crazy would that be, dude? Like, to think about it, like, like never in a million years. Like, as a child, dude, that was like my worst fear. Is like just to see on the news, like alien threat,
Yeah.
Like, holy fuck.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's going to become a real possibility soon, and it's not aliens though.
Why do you think everyone has such a like blasé attitude towards the aliens?
What do you mean?
Have you noticed like nobody really seems to give a shit?
Because we're all adults now, and we just think that there's way more important shit that's going on. Like we're just like
more important than aliens.
No, we already knew they existed.
So that's what you're saying. Like it's just like yeah, we kind of already knew they existed, but we haven't heard like what they're up to.
Yeah, I had a family member post on Instagram, and they were like, "Oh my god, I gotta find it." I'm not gonna say who or what or, but I got really sad when I read this. So they don't listen. It's fine. Listen to this. It always surprises me how people are so quick to believe aliens exist, but the thought of a magnificent, thoughtful, loving, detailed, creative creator. And a battle between good and evil doesn't. Things we literally see every day versus things we've never seen. That's retarded.
I ain't never seen no angels.
I ain't never seen no angels unless it's angels in the outfield. I ain't never seen no angels.
I ain't never seen no demons or.
It kind of annoyed me, if I'm going to be honest with you. I'm like, man, can we just enjoy? Can't we just get a nice victory? Like, just, okay, aliens exist. Like,
damn, they were straight up just like, you tell those aliens it was man who was created in God's image and not them.
Yeah. Yeah. So that post kind of annoyed me. It's just some people no one's ever going to be happy all the way.
What if the aliens are just like, it's funny you say that. We know God and he definitely looks like us.
I would like to be a little bit diminished just to know that, like, if it's like, oh no, like thousands of years ago, we just came here and we just did all this stuff.
It's like, God ain't real.
Yeah.
That was fucking Kevin. Like, Kevin fucked up, got drunk, and landed on your fucking planet and started to, like, a whole revolution, and then your guys, like, worshipped him for some fucking reason.
We had an antimatter gun that just changed, the molecular structure of things, and one of our interns just came down to this place called Nazareth for a little bit, and like, what you guys call 0 AD or whatever, and just like hit it with some water, turn it into wine, and it blew everyone's tits off. We thought it'd be funny to put him in a wig and you know what I mean?
So we had that one angel, or we had that one guy go down, just like he got that one chick pregnant, and then she never had sex before. She didn't know what happened, and then. Yeah. She had a baby. Of course, he's magic because he's like us.
Right.
He made all these miracles happen.
Do you know how much of a hilarious bummer that would be?
That would be pretty fucked up.
That's like the biggest prank of all time.
But I mean, how do you think that would play out, dude?
I feel like there'd still be people that would just be like, mm-mm.
There definitely would be, but if they were just like, here's some proof, here's pictures.
I mean, that's just now.
Look, bro, I got
yeah
Jesus right there.
Well,
boom.
It's like that thing. It's like that thing where it's just like, well, I have 10,000 articles that say vaccines don't cause autism, and I have one article that says it does, and they're like, see, I knew it. You know what I mean? It's like, so I feel like even if aliens were legit, just like, look, man, you guys have been an experiment this whole time. We wanted to see what the whole religion thing would do to you guys.
Yeah.
But here's all the proof that just shows that we kind of pushed that in the right. There'd still be people that are like,
I think honestly, South Park kind of got it closest.
What do you mean?
Like, if aliens are real, I think South Park did like kind of had like the best idea of what it would be. Remember how like they were like just testing us the whole time?
Oh yeah.
So that way they could see if we could join the galactic whatever thing.
Yeah.
And then it just turns out we're just like the backwoods ass fucking hillbilly part of the universe.
Yeah.
Like I think if aliens are real and if they're like they've been visiting other worlds and stuff like that, I think it's something like that.
Yeah. I don't think it's friendly. I'll tell you that much. I don't think it's friendly at all. And I'll die on this hill until I meet a friendly alien. I will consistently call me racist to aliens because I don't want none of them bleep blorps anywhere near me or my family or my daughters.
None of those filthy xenos.
None of those nasty glip glops around here. You know what I mean? Yeah, I have no interest in meeting an alien. I have zero interest. If that's real, I feel like they're only intentionally bad.
You know what's a game I like to? I was playing with Kendra the other day.
What?
Was I think we played it on the show once. Was how alien is too alien for you? You know, and it's like I would start out like, okay, so like they look like a human, but they've got green skin.
That's Smash.
You know, Smash. Okay,
Smash.
Okay, so they've got green skin, and they've got claws and a tail, and sharp teeth.
No Smash.
Really?
I gotta find them. I gotta find like their face attractive.
Yeah, they've still got an attractive face.
So they look like Melina from Mortal Kombat with claws.
No, they just have like little like animal teeth.
Do they have claws?
Yeah,
Could they hurt me?
sure. But they're cool. Like it's like Benji. Like Benji could hurt you.
But
with
the
his
body
claws.
looks like a humanoid?
Yeah.
That's Smash.
Okay.
Okay.
And let's say that all that, but their tail has a stinger with venom.
Like Cell from Dragon Ball Z?
No, Cell would suck you up through his tail, but
yeah.
this one would just be like venom.
I mean,
And
like,
it's not deadly to humans, but it would be really annoying. Like you'd get like a big old blister.
can they help but not sting me? Like, can they just not sting me?
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. I mean, I'm sure if I'm allowed to smash an alien, I hope they would like me enough to let me smash them.
What if it was like a kink for them? Like I gotta sting you.
Sorry, buddy. This is too much.
All right. So green skin, claws, fangs, stinger. But once a week, they go through a cycle where they have to secrete mucus, and they're really good about cleaning it up. But it definitely has a smell, and it kind of gets everywhere. But they're really good about cleaning it up,
That's gross.
and it leaks out of like their whole skin like a frog.
Do I gotta be there to witness it? Does it randomly happen, or is it like a
It's
period?
once a week,
Is it like
like they know, like a period, like they know it's gonna happen. They'll be like, "Look, I'm coming up on
Can you
my
ex-
mucus day." Like, just,
can I excuse myself?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, smash.
Okay. You'd still smash?
I'd still smash.
Would you let her stay over?
I just don't want to wake up and she's like, "Sorry, I didn't."
That's a strong possibility.
Then no.
No? So, okay. All right. So, all that.
I like how I went from I'm super racist to aliens to like, yeah, I'd smash it.
Right now, you're smashing a fucking stinger with fangs and claws and green skin. Okay. So, all that.
Heretic.
All that. But once a day for 2 hours a day, they have to do a really loud ritual to their alien god
Done.
in the room.
I'm done. That's annoying. I'd be like, can you stop that? And they're just like, no.
They're just like, no. I was like, well, I'll be a disgrace to my race if I don't do this.
Well, you're a disgrace to me. Get out of my house. Yeah, no, that's where I cut the line. That's annoying.
And then what if like if you like tell them that, like they're like, you can't kick me out because if you do that, then the other aliens will know and they'll see it as like a huge like affront to our race, and you'll be like an enemy to the race.
Well, I'll let you finish, but when you're done, can you leave my house? I'll let you finish. I mean, if you're like, oh, I don't want to like be rude
Even if it's like
for like 2 hours.
Yeah,
If I put my headphones in, can I still hear it?
it's loud.
It's like,
It's a lot of stomping around and
it's not going to cause like damage to my.
no,
But it's
like you know it's there.
even at full blast, you're going to be able to hear
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah, I just get it out of the way.
All right, finish
But,
up, and then
I
you gotta go.
respectfully, I would want you to get the fuck out of my house.
Okay. All right.
I mean, as long as you, I mean, and the whole time they have, like, coincidentally, they have human reproductive organs.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
They have human reproductive organs, but they cannot get pregnant by a human.
Oh, yeah, then definitely.
I feel like that stretches it out a
Yeah.
little further.
Then you know what?
You're just like, you know what? They could do all the fucking screaming and yelling.
Because what if they have, like, what was that old Reddit meme? Just the dolphin puss that makes you come super hard.
just the dolphin pussy jelly?
Yeah, what if they just have the alien jelly? You
Yeah,
know?
dude. Okay.
How long do you think until like if it was like a Rick and Morty kind of thing? I feel like step one is someone's gonna be like, I'm gonna try to seduce one.
Oh yeah, dude. That's 100% going to be a thing.
Dude, can we talk about now? If there is a man like a penis version of this, like that is good for the penis, I would love to know about it. But can we talk about artificial insemination toys for vaginas?
Yeah,
dude, I didn't know about that for the longest time. But like, if you don't know, there are sex toys that look like alien penises, or like what we think is an alien penis, that will just like shoot something in you.
Oh yeah, like an ovipositor.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is so
They
fucking...
make different kinds. There's some that just shoot a bunch of fake cum up you, and then there's other ones that like actually deposit like a little
like an egg, like a little yolky thing.
Yeah, it's just like a little like silicone
That's
egg.
so fucking wild, dude. Can our generation just go back to hugging and kissing?
Yeah, can we just stop?
Can
You're scaring me a little bit.
I have so many friends that are just like, oh, I don't even get hard until she slaps me across the face. Like, can we just go back to just nice loving and kissing and missionary? And why do I gotta choke you and tickle your ass and lick your hair and then also punch you in the face? Like,
Damn.
I'm just saying, man, like, look, I'm trying to be a love machine out here, and, like, I can't do that.
No, I think for real, like, don't get me wrong, like, I'm all about, like, the violence play and stuff, but I'm also, like, adult enough to realize, like, it doesn't need to be that every time.
Right.
It actually probably shouldn't be that every time.
It shouldn't be, yes.
You know?
It's for fun.
Yeah, like, of course, sometimes, like, just after, like, a long day of work, I just want some nice little... Yeah, like you said, like hugging and kissing. You know, I just want to feel safe.
Some little kisses.
You know, the last thing I want to do is like get home and like fucking have to kick a woman's ass. You know, because she can't go to sleep
right
without
now.
getting fucking bitch slapped.
Clip that right now.
No, but you know, like we've both dated women like that. You know, and it's like, yeah, like some days like my heart's not in it. Right. You know.
Well, I love you.
I feel torn down from my busy day, you know.
And here you are, a beacon of light in my life. I'm not trying to disrespect you.
Now I just gotta beat you up. Like I don't want to do that, but I don't know. I mean, you also do it for the other person too, if that's what they really.
You know what I do
but
think it is too. I think it's just too much pornography.
Porn has definitely spoiled people to the point where even yesterday I was like, Jacob, you know what? As long as I'm not a furry. Like I'd probably date a furry bitch.
Good job, man. I was waiting for you to talk about this.
I wanted to get in front of it because I didn't want you to be like, hey, Christian's getting into furries. I'm not into furries, okay? But I'm not going to deny that there are some hot ones. You know, they're probably smelly and gross, right? But you know, like I said, I watch porn. Sometimes I come across it. I'll click on it because she's hot. You know, and she's got a big old fox, like pink and purple fox mask on, and I'm just like, hey man, like if it's not the whole fursuit thing, I'm kind of in. You know, if she's got like just the paws and the hat, I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, you know, whatever you gotta do. That's cool, right? I don't have to look at you.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't want to get jerked off with giant paws though. That's
What do you think? What do you think would be more of a fun time for you? A 6-month relationship with a furry, or a 6-month relationship? No, let's do a 6-month relationship with a furry, or a 4-month relationship with a juggalette.
Oh, I do furry.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I would 100% take the furry because as smelly and stinky furries probably are, I know for a damn fact juggalettes are worse.
And here's why I feel like we know this is because, all jokes aside, I feel like there are some people who just it's kind of like by night, this is my persona, by day I'm one of the nicest people of all time.
Yeah.
All media has pointed south when it comes to just like the gathering of the juggalos.
Yeah.
And ICP fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've never seen I've never seen someone put together with an ICP tattoo.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Every time I see a white dude with an ICP tattoo, he's also got like a ridiculous fake chain.
There's a
and
couple,
big old like Osiris shoes.
there's a couple guys we went to high school with that definitely had ICP tattoos.
Yeah, dude. I don't get it. I saw this video the other day, and it was like this guy, And it's like for the whole video, I'm on this guy's side, right? Because it makes sense. And I'm still kind of on his side at the end of the video. But like, so it's like this guy, he walks into like this convenience store. I think it's like a Family Dollar or something. And he's talking to this cashier. And you barely see the cashier's face, but you see that the cashier has a giant Espeon pin, like a Pokemon pin, right? So you're like already like at work, bro. Like, okay, like this guy's gonna be weird, you know? And I guess like what happened was like the dude who's approaching him, his wife and his 2 daughters were buying pads or tampons or something, right? And the cashier asked, would you like a bag for these? And of course they're like, yeah, you know? And then the cashier makes the comment. He goes, yeah, like, what are the neighbors going to think? You know? And the girls are like 12 years old.
Probably very embarrassed to be there.
Of course, that's extremely embarrassing, right? Like, just to be like, oh, yeah, you should.
Like, you're the last
you want people to know you got your period.
And also, just you're the last person I want you to ring up these tampons I'm purchasing right now.
Yeah.
I wish you were a nice, sweet old lady.
Yeah. So that happens. And then they leave. They get home, I guess. And then they tell the husband. And the husband's like, you know, what the fuck? You know, so he goes back to the store and he approaches the cashier about it. And he's like, you said this, this, and this, you know, and I don't think that's very funny. You know, these girls just started having their periods and you're over here making fun of it, blah, 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 blah. Right? So you're like, yeah, dude, like at least fucking tell him. Like he wasn't being like violent or anything. He wasn't like, I'm going to come over there and kick your fucking ass. He was just like, listen, dude, like this is unacceptable.
Like, hey, just so you know, this is not what you should be doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And then the manager comes over and the manager's female and you can tell she was kind of like, why would you fucking say that? You know, like
This story, I can tell you already right now, this guy is a problem. Like, this isn't the first time this guy is.
yeah, and I think the customer actually says that to him too. Like, you know, I see you here all the fucking time, and you're always cracking stupid ass jokes.
Is
like,
this new?
I don't know. I saw it on. I think I saw it on TikTok.
We need to help your brother, man. We need a fucking producer on this show, man. I miss watching videos. Go ahead.
So, anyways, like that whole shit plays out, and then it's finished, and then the guy's like, "All right, well, you know, whatever. I'm leaving now," and he leaves, and then you see his hand because it's him holding the phone. And you see his hand open the door. You see a big ass ICP tattoo on his
Nice, dude.
And I'm like, oh man, this is just a white trash ass neighborhood. Like these people just suck, like all around. Like, so that's why I'm like, like at first I was like, yeah, man, good for you. And I still kind of am. But once I saw the ICP tattoo, I was just like, this dude's probably also a problem in other ways.
That was the dad?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like a scarlet letter, dude, to have like an ICP tattoo. Like I'm just like, I don't fuck with you, bro. Like
It's interesting because it's like there is a concernable difference between like, let's just say like Slipknot fans, like and ICP fans. Okay, so you take those two extremes,
yeah.
like, and I'm talking like Die Hard, Iowa, you know, like sick Slipknot, not like Psychosocial. We're talking like original hardcore band.
Yeah.
Right. Both insane. But ICP is just like, I feel like I always thought that it was like a badge of honor to be like a little,
Just a little slimy.
just like a little crazy.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. And don't like the other day you showed me like some hardcore video or like where people we're getting fucked up in a mosh pit. Yeah. And I see that shit, I'm just like, man, like don't get me wrong, like I've had fun in some mosh pits before, but like there was a guy in that video who's just straight up on the cage and he was just like kicking people in the face backwards, right? And I'm just like, dude, like I understand, like that's hardcore, that's fucked up, like, and that's like the whole thing, you know. But like, man, like I'm just I don't know what it is about it, but it puts me so off. I'm just like.
With that being said, if the Gathering of the Juggalos wants to have the Basement Dwellers on the main stage to do a live show, 150% we will be there. I will absolutely do the 2-day festival at the Gathering of the Juggalos if it means I get to do a live podcast there. So,
Speaking of, I think Violent J's daughter is actually a furry.
oh yeah, that's a great. Yeah, I totally forgot about that too. You know what though, and I will say this: I've seen that video. Kudos to you for being such a supportive dad. He's totally on board with it. I have seen that video. He spent a lot of money on her fursuit.
Dude, his fursuit's actually kind of sick.
Yeah.
Like, it's got like his face paint on it and everything.
It's a commitment for sure. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I love the dedication to the craft. Don't get me wrong. But like a lot of things in this life, my biggest concern has always been like, tell me if this makes sense to you. I feel like you and I are jack of all trades when it comes to our hobbies. Yeah. Like what I mean with that is like, yeah, we've done some cringy shit. And like, of course, like when we play like 40K or Magic, like we do our little one-off little jokes, you know, be like, oh, for the emperor, you know, like that. But like you would not catch us dead walking outside and addressing life as if the only thing we have going for us is Warhammer 40,000.
Right. Yeah, and I think that's where it kind of goes for me. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I appreciate the fursuits, like, in general. Like,
as an artist perspective.
From an artist perspective, I'm like, that looks like it. Like, the fact that like 90% of them are, like, custom and shit like that. I'm like, that's cool. You know, it's just like having, like, dropping a bunch of money on, like, a cosplay or something, you know? But it's like, I draw the line where I'm like nobody who's cosplay. Well, that's not true. But people who cosplay, like, aren't like, I'm fucking, I'm Yami Yugi all the time. Yeah. You know, like I am the pharaoh. You know, people aren't doing that. So that's where I'm like, get lost at the fursona part of it, where you're just like, oh, like I'm Rainbow Fire, you know, and I'm a spirit fox from this realm, and blah 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 blah.
I think that's where unanimously we can all kind of say it's time to grow up.
Yeah, I'm like, if you want the suit. And you have the suit and you wear it to conventions and shit sometimes, that's dope. Don't go telling people you're actually a fox.
Do you know how many people, you know, especially like older men that I've heard be like, you know what, my daughters have watched My Little Pony Friendship is Magic since it's been a thing, and I'd watch it with them, and it wasn't a bad show, but like that's as far as like you're like for that show.
Yeah, no, same thing. I also have sisters, and I watched that show, and that show was genuinely funny.
But that's where it like that.
But I'm not trying to fucking come all over.
Yeah, Pinkie Pie.
I'm not trying to shoot a hot glue video on a Pinkie Pie figurine. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you think that comes from?
Huh?
Trauma? Neglect?
Like sexualizing cartoons?
Or just it gets bad, man. I mean, I watched this whole YouTube video of this guy who shot up his fucking job, and before he did it, he went on Facebook and was straight up just like, I'm going to go meet Applejack now. Straight up. And I mean, it's not a funny thing to joke about. Like, of course, it's a fucking travesty. And it's like, yeah, he killed himself, blew his fucking brains out. Like the coward that he was. But like the dude was obsessed with My Little Pony. Like extreme. Like in his room, it was all over. The guy was like 20.
Yeah.
But he was so obsessed with Applejack, the fucking cowboy My Little Pony. Like, and he was literally like, okay, I'm gonna go kill myself now. I can't wait to go see Applejack. I wonder where that comes from.
That's you know what's crazy is that like I can think of another one. It wasn't My Little Pony, but did you ever watch Danny Phantom?
Yeah, the other guy.
I forget his name. It was like Andrew something.
Something, yeah.
And he was like obsessed with that
Ember.
Yeah, that ghost like rock and roll
Same
chick.
guy, yeah.
Yeah, he like wrote like a whole like fan fiction, and he made up like his own like original characters, and like was like, oh, we're gonna go be with Ember and blah 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 blah. And then he like worked at a Walmart or something.
It's a grocery store.
And then he like just like popped in there and just started blasting people with a shotgun. Dude. And then I think he killed himself like in the process.
You know who doesn't do this? Black dudes. What? They're too cool. Black dudes don't do this. Mexican guys don't do this. Asian guys don't do this. It's literally just white guys. So that's why I'm like really concerned. I'm just like, where does it come from? Like, I'm just like, so people always like, people on the internet will just say dumb shit like, oh, that's just autism, dude. That's autism as fuck. Like, you know, okay. Haha, I get it. Like, sure. Like, whatever. Like, you have bad social skills. But like, where does it come from? Like,
I think if it is autism, I mean, like that's kind of gonna, I guess, magnify like whatever kind of coping mechanism you choose. Because like, you know, like 40K for me was a cope for sure. Yeah. You know, because that was like when I was still going through like the early stages of like, you know, my breakup and like, you know, figuring out custody with my son and stuff. And I needed like a distraction. Right. And originally my first distraction was my car, you know, and I started doing shit to my car. And then once I couldn't do that, I started, you know, getting into 40K, and that's when I texted you, and that took up a lot of our time. It was a nice little distraction for me, right? But, you know, so I imagine something similar for people like this, because, you know, again, like these people who like did these things, like also didn't come from great households, like most of the time. Mm-hmm. So I think it's like, you know, yeah, some trauma from that, and then they find a coping mechanism. They find solace in like a cartoon or some sort of fandom, and then they just overdo it, you know, and then again, like, if it's like an autistic behavior, like they're probably going to get really, really, really fixated
So
on it.
so do you think that it's a combination of getting so attached to something so early and then not having a parental figure of some kind being like, hey, this is all fun, but like there's also a real life.
Yeah. And I think when it's like, if you're attached to that safe place, like enough, then people are going to see that like as an offense. They're going to be like, you're trying to take my safety away from me. So now you're the enemy. You know? I don't know. I'm sure there's like a lot of things that can contribute to it, because it's probably also not just autistic behavior that's doing that.
No, and that's what I'm
It could
saying.
also be like latent like schizophrenia or something.
We joke about it. I mean, unfortunately, a little bit maybe too much on the show. But I mean, like one thing that I was telling you about off mic is that like it does kind of drive me a little crazy how much of a hot word autism has become.
Yeah.
It's become kind of like the new ADHD. Like it's just like the videos that drive me crazy are like the autistic urge to blank.
Yeah.
It's like, what does that mean? Like what do you mean?
I feel like people just replaced retarded with autistic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but you don't say like, oh, that's autistic as fuck. Like when you like
I do hear people say that.
No, what I'm saying is that like, I mean, I guess like, yeah, you don't say like, oh, I'm retarded. Like you'd be like, oh, that's just my autistic urge. But like, I wouldn't like, if I was going to call you retarded, I wouldn't say, oh, that's autistic. You know what I mean? So it's like, I think if anything, it's just a way for you to call yourself that. Like,
no, I definitely hear people say that.
Really?
Like what you just did was the most autistic thing I've ever seen.
And this has nothing to do with the fact that I have a severely autistic brother. Like I'm not even getting on that soapbox. I've just been so confused with like that whole genre of just like the autistic urge to blankety blank.
Yeah,
or
no,
like,
I think it's just so like retarded is like one of those words that just kind of stuck and like kind of didn't go anywhere. It's still kind of around, right? I fucking say it all the time. But it's like I feel like people know that you most of the time can't say retarded now.
Right.
So I think that autism kind of just replaced that. Like they tried to replace it with mentally challenged or slow or and it's like that's why I'm like, just leave retarded. People are just gonna find a new word. It sucks, but
I don't know, man. I don't know how many times I have to talk about this on the show, but it's just like I wish I could just offer a service, kind of like Queer Eye, but like for like nerds at game stores. You know what I mean? Like how like Queer Eye will just show up and just like
Queer Eye has done that for nerds.
Oh, I believe
Lots
it.
of
No,
times.
I'm just saying, but like like the whole thing is they just kind of give them some joie de vivre,
Just a little flavor.
Yeah, new outfit. They teach you to cook a nice meal. They kind of, make your house look nice. Which, for the record, I would love to be on that show. I feel like they would hook me up greatly. But I would love to. Like, I look at some dudes, and I'm just like, hey, man, with the most respect possible, underneath all of that neck beard and stained T-shirt and smelly underwear, could be a handsome guy. Because I know that you're going home. Like the biggest offenders to me, like the people that like I have no sympathy for are white knights. And the term I learned recently is pick me girls. Like I have no sympathy for those two people.
Yeah.
Like I have no sympathy for the I held the door open for this lady, but she's not gonna suck my dick. What the fuck? They only want nice. The nice guys always finish last.
Just like that incel behavior.
Yeah, and or it's just like the female version of the incel behavior is just like, I'm not like other girls. I don't wear makeup.
Yeah, just trying to stand out.
I'm one of the boys. You know what I mean? Where it's just like when you announce it like that. That's what I'm saying. Like I want there to be a service where it's just like, look, man, not even on a friend level, but like let me tell you, like I will never get over. And I've said this. I will say this for 1,000 more times on 1,000 more episodes. I will never get over this poor kid. Don't remember his name. I never knew his name. Don't even remember what he looks like except for one attribute at the local game store right by my house. The dude had no facial hair except for literally right here. And it was probably that long. And I'm not joking. It looked like a goat,
Yeah.
And it's like the kid was like, had to have been 110 pounds wet. You know what I mean? Like and the shirt was just like one of those, sarcasm's just one of the many features that I offer, and like, and it's like, look, dude, look, like, and you could say like, oh, well, I'm comfortable with what I'm wearing. And you know what? That's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's great, honestly. Like, good for you. I just don't want you to be the same guy that's just like in your room stewing.
Yeah. No, and I think that
And for the record, we're not like Casanovas or anything like that. Like,
speak for yourself.
like, you know, like we do just fine. You know, I mean, we're not over here just, you know, Rizmeisters. But like, I feel like we joke about it. But like, if it were like, if you were like, you know what? I feel like all jokes aside, you would have the confidence to at least like step one, you look good. You're a good looking guy. So you're at least approachable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, when you open that mouth, it's, I'm just kidding. But like,
Are you talking about me?
I'm talking about you
Specifically?
Specifically,
Oh,
you're a
okay.
nice looking guy. Like I'm just saying, like you look like you take care of yourself,
Okay.
and that's what I'm trying to say. Like that should just be step one.
Yeah.
You don't have to fucking bend to the will of like you don't have to. I'm like, okay, step two, stop watching My Little Pony. If you want to watch My Little Pony, that's fucking fine. Go ahead and fucking watch it, jerk off to your Pinkie Pie and shit like that. Just keep it on the hush. Like, don't bring that up on the date.
Oh man, what? What if like one of those dudes is on a date with a girl, right? And the girl is just like, because you know, like a lot of girls I met usually have like one thing that they kind of latch onto. You know, from childhood, like there's a lot of girls who like have like a whole like strawberry shortcake aesthetic, right? Or some of them have like My Little Pony, or they have like, you know, the Squishmallows or some shit like that,
Horse
right?
girls.
Horse girls. those are the ones you gotta watch out for.
Yeah, those. Yeah.
Like I feel like what if one of those dudes does go on a date with a girl,
Yeah.
right? And then she's like, "Oh yeah, you know, I've honestly just been collecting My Little Ponies like since childhood. Like I just love them so much." And you know, from her, it's coming from like a genuine like, "Oh, it's just, you know, something I
Yeah.
like." You know, like what do you think? How do you think that guy reacts?
You know how you should react, in my opinion? Oh, wow, that's cool. I actually used to watch that show a little bit myself, and then that's how you dip your toe in. Because A, I bet you he's about to come immediately. About to.
Yeah.
But you got to play it so cool.
I'm gonna say that is like a tightrope right there.
Yeah.
If you're that guy who like loves My Little Pony, and you meet a girl who like has a healthy, healthy relationship with My Little Pony, and this dude's just like jerking off to it and shit. Like, man, I gotta. What a hot seat that's gotta feel like to be like, I can't let her know that I'm a deviant, but she's.
But
gonna
if they are too, then that's great.
that's the thing. I don't see.
Like, I want to make it very clear. You're not hurting anybody
Yeah.
by jerking off to this kind of stuff. If that's what you're into, I mean, don't go shoot up your job or, you know, jerk off to underage. Like,
So you're saying it's okay to jerk off to My Little Pony?
if
and
it's
shit.
what gets you through the day, dude, that's fine. What I'm telling you, though, like the whole point that I'm getting across is that it's like you cannot allow that to be your entire personality and also think that you're going to fit in just fine.
Right. But don't you also feel like everybody kind of has like something that like
Yeah.
like almost like nobody, I can't tell this to anybody.
Support the show. Patreon.com/basementdwellerproductions. Thank you all so much for the support. And now more of the Basement Dwellers.
I mean, like, I'm trying to think, like, do I have something that I don't tell any? I mean, like, I don't talk about like my love, like I don't like go off on like my love for like nerd shit on the first date, but they know about it.
Okay.
Like, I don't have any like deviants. I mean, I guess like that's the kind of the conundrum is that like I could say I don't have anything, but then people be like,
Jacob's perfectly normal.
yeah, but then they're
all
like, no, he's got something. You know what I mean? It's just like, but I genuinely like, I don't like, I don't even have. But it's okay if you do. Like,
You're right, and that's why I'm saying like even like with the furry shit, like I'm just like, listen, as long as you don't take it to like an insane level, like, fine. You know, it's super weird. Like when we had Esteban on, and he talked about. He went to go fix that house.
Great episode.
Yeah, it was a great episode. And he talked about how he went to go fix that house, and he went downstairs. And he just saw two dudes just butt poking each other in fursuits.
Yeah.
Like that's where I'm like, that's insane, you know.
But the door,
You can't be like, I'm a dog and you're a dog and
Yeah.
we're doing doggy style, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, shut the fuck up. Like, no, you're
See,
not.
and that's my argument is that at what point do you just want to have sex with an animal?
Yeah, see, and that's why I'm like, dude, like, if you're not wearing the full regalia, I'm fine. You know, I don't love it, but I'm fine with it.
Yeah.
You know, just like again, if it's gloves and a hat or whatever, a fucking tail in your ass, like, I can deal with it.
Yeah.
But if it's like, you know, I have this big punchy like furry belly and I want you to give me scratchies and that's how I get turned on, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
You know what I think is the most deviant out of all of them, in my personal opinion?
What?
Has to be adults that act like babies.
That is insane.
Hands down.
Like, change my diaper, give me babas.
Yeah,
like,
I think that it goes, like, in my opinion, you have, like...
That is trauma. That's 100% trauma.
Yeah, so we'll start... Here's my list here. So we'll go from, like, it's still not my jam to, like, I'll kill you. Like... no way. Like, but yeah. I think at the top you start with DDLG. Daddy Dom, little girl shit's weird. I was in a relationship for a few years where that's where my partner wanted to do. I did not like a single second of it. It was weird. It's trauma. Like that's what it is. I don't want you to call me that. I don't want to be a father figure.
I don't want you to feel like you're fucking your dad.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, stuff like that. So you have that to me. There's a million of them, but I'm just going off the top of the dome here. Then we got like furries. And like, again, like if you're in your own house and you want to put on your fursuit and you want to just feel cool in your fursuit, it's a comfort thing. That's great. If you and your partner want to have sexual encounters in the fursuits, it's not my thing, but I do think inevitably you need to admit that you just want to like have sex with animals. Then you have like you might disagree with this one, but I'm going to say hentai. Like obsessors?
I do disagree with that.
Yeah. So hold on though. But specific genres.
Okay.
I think monster fuckers and lolly is disgusting.
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm talking about there. If you just like cartoons,
What kind of monster fucker?
I'm just talking like this like a bunch of like
crazy monsters.
Crazy.
Okay,
like,
because I was gonna say
like
I just watched Monster Musume.
yeah, no, that's just mostly like
And
fan service stuff.
Did I tell you? I told you
Yeah,
about
you
that.
told me
Right?
about that. That's fan service stuff.
Yeah, it's just like it's like a snake girl with like big old tits.
yeah,
and shit.
it's like in a weird. The best way we could say it's like playful, but like it's not like
Which,
insane.
if you haven't watched it, it's
really funny.
It's actually a funny anime.
Yeah, it's just you have to weed through that shit. No, I'm talking about like if this was real, that girl would be like split in half. Like you know what I mean? So like those two like subcategories and people's who argument are just like, oh, because they're cartoons. Like, nah, dude, like that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
Like you need severe help, right?
Yeah.
Then we have like pee-pee and shit lovers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's unsanitary.
So I'm not a deviant, much of a deviant, but like I feel like you need to separate piss and shit. Because I feel like piss is one thing, but shit's a whole other level.
So let's just say shit. I'm just gonna say people who are into shit. Then I'm gonna remove piss from this equation right now.
Okay.
Because at least you could make the argument that like pee-pee, is not too bad.
Squirt is piss, dude.
Squirt's piss. But like I'm saying, like with pee-pee, if it gets in your mouth, like hey, whatever, you just drink.
Yeah,
some
but
piss.
if shit gets in my mouth, I'm punching someone.
And you're gonna get sick. I've drank my own piss before, and so it's
What?
yeah.
Why?
Just for let's see if I can.
Hold on, no. What caused you to drink your own piss?
Someone said I wouldn't do it.
And you did it?
I didn't drink like a whole glass. I just peed a little bit, like that much. I was
How old were you?
24.
Jacob, that's too old to drink your own piss.
Who cares? It was just like whatever. Like you wouldn't do it. I was like, sure, why not?
Was it a girl that you were with, or was it like a
I
friend?
was at a party. I was in California.
Oh my God, Jacob.
Yeah, I was in California.
Oh, okay. You know what?
I was letting loose. It was my let loose face.
I remember the parties that you went to in California, so it does kind of.
It wasn't a sexual thing. It was just a fucking like frat ass like.
And someone was like, "Drink your own piss." And you were
No,
like,
we were talking about
Did
like.
you make any money off of this?
I got free drinks. I got 3 free beers.
That's. I don't know if I drink my piss for 3 free beers.
I mean really. Look, this isn't about me right now.
You said it, bro.
I'm just saying, but the point that I was getting to was the fact that you could drink piss and be fine. If shit gets in your mouth.
I think it's funny. I just think it's funny because I was like, piss isn't that bad. And you're like, I drank my own piss before.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like, you don't have to, but if you needed to drink your own piss, you'll be fine. It just tastes salty. Like, that's what it tastes. It tastes like salt
All
water.
right, you don't gotta.
Anyways, shit, like you got shit, right? That's just like horrible. That's huge trauma, and you need to respect yourself more. And then the whole point that I'm getting to is at the very bottom, you have dudes who were just like a piece, Upbeat, can I have some upbeats? my die needs changed.
Yeah.
And they're sucking on pacifiers.
Yeah.
This is so horrible.
Yeah.
It's fucking horrible. Like, it's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Yeah. And then they get like the big old cribs and stuff. And
Dude,
yeah.
it is.
There's no reason you should associate sex with babies
And I put that
unless it's making one.
right. Exactly.
Like,
And I put that at the bottom because I like to play this game called Deal Breaker,
yeah.
where like it's like this is the partner of your dreams. Like they fit all of your categories, both mentally and physically. Like you know that you are gonna be with this person for the rest of your life. Mm-hmm. And those top ones,
Yeah.
even the shit,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? If it's my fucking person and they want me to shit on them,
Really?
I'm not gonna like kiss them after.
Okay.
But they can go wash up and we'll be fine.
Man,
But
nah.
if they were like, I want to wear dyes and have binkies,
Uh-huh.
I'm done. I don't care. I don't care if you are the person of my dreams.
So you would go into poopy play before baby play?
yeah.
Damn.
But like, but
I get it.
Okay,
I get
but
it.
hold on.
Uh-huh.
That is second to last. Meaning, if they were like, no, it's like an everyday thing, or it's like I can only get off. I'm like, nah, I can't. I'm sorry.
Okay.
But like, if it's like a once in a blue moon, like I just want you to just take a dump on me, like on my chest.
I don't think I could do it, man.
On the chest, I could, but if they were like, let me open my mouth, I'd be like, you're gonna get sick.
Ugh.
Yeah, you're
No,
gonna,
I couldn't do it, dude. I'm the piss. I'm like, I don't know why that just seems easier. Like, it's like I could do that once in a while, but I'm like, I wouldn't love it, you know. Even if it was like the other way around, if she wanted to pee on me and that was like something she had to do, I'd be like, fine.
Did we talk about? Did we talk about that guy who was it James Brown that liked to pee on prostitutes? Did we talk about that?
I think we have.
I thought I read you an article.
You did mention something about it to me recently.
Yeah, it was like a testimony from like one of like the prostitutes that he was with. Yeah, and he was just so cool about it, and he was just like, nasty bitch. Yeah, I'm gonna piss on you. Like,
Yo, covered in my piss.
covered in my piss. Yeah, go clean yourself up.
See, like to me, like just that, like the way he was talking about it sounds like it's more of like a power play for him.
Oh, it is.
You know, like he just wants to feel
Yeah.
in charge. But I don't know, man. People are fucking Lizzo is up there now.
yeah, I was
Lizzo's
gonna
up
say
there with James Brown and R. Kelly.
Lizzo in hot water recently for forcing one of her background dancers to eat a banana out of the genitalia of a adult performer in Amsterdam. Apparently, she let's read the article together.
Yeah.
Let's see. The top one, if you go on Google right now, says Lizzo banana.
Oh man.
So let's see. Lizzo's eating bananas post goes viral amid accusations of sexual harassment, with fans declaring that aged horribly. Let's see.
I read something that it was like it wasn't just the banana thing either. Like she's also like apparently made lots of racial comments, made lots of like body shaming comments, which is insane because she was like the body positivity icon for the longest time.
Earlier this week, a trio of dancers who worked on Lizzo's special tour sued the singer over allegations of sexual harassment, fat shaming, and creating a hostile working environment. Lizzo returned fire on Thursday morning, August 3rd, denying the accusations against her, saying that her ex-dancers are sensationalized and have hurt her. However, eagle-eyed fans were quick to note that the comments Lizzo made while speaking to DJ Frank Van der Lende on his 3FM radio show back in 2019. In a clip from the interview, Lizzo expresses interest in visiting Amsterdam's red light district and going to a bananen bar where bananas are eaten out of women's orifices. Fans recalled that Ariana Davis, one of the plaintiffs in the suit against Lizzo, said the About Damn Time singer was forced to touch the nude breasts of one of the women working at the club. I'm trying to go to the show where you eat the banana out the pussy, Lizzo is seen saying. Which one is that? The Bananen Bar. And they have the banana in the coochie? That's what I'm reading.
And they got the banana in the coochie?
That's what I want to do. I need my potassium, if you know what I mean.
God damn.
Yeah.
This sounds worse than James Brown.
The suit continues. Lizzo then turned her attention to Miss Davis and began pressuring Miss Davis to touch the breasts of one of the nude women performing in the club. Lizzo began leading a chant, goading Miss Davis. Miss Davis said 3 times loud enough for all to hear, "I'm good," expressing her desire not to touch the performer. Lizzo is reportedly being represented by Power. It doesn't matter.
Well, so yeah. What article is that?
This was on hiphopdx.com.
Fuck, man.
So this just goes to show what we said exactly off mic. It does not matter who you are at one point in your life. If you are at the level of success like Miss Lizzo is, you are a shitty person. Even your heroes have probably done some really annoying things in their lifetime.
It's... yeah, man. It's like, it's a place, right? Yeah. So it's like, obviously, like the act itself is not vilified because it's a place that offers this service.
Oh, no, yeah.
It's not like they bought a stripper and humiliated the stripper, right? Mm-hmm. It was like, this is something she does, right? But
this is an average Tuesday.
Yeah, this is a day at work for her, but the fact that she was like, "Nah, eat that banana out that pussy," like that's fucked up, dude.
And
that's
she
insane.
goaded. She chanted for people to incite this woman to grope and eat the banana out of the stripper,
out of aforementioned pussy.
So it's insane, man. Like this is one of those things where you're just like, Lizzo, you know what I mean? Like,
no, see, and you know what's funny is like I fucking called this shit so long ago. I was like, I got a feeling about her that there's something. Nah, dude, I never liked Lizzo, and I honestly think the whole body positivity thing was a bunch of bullshit. And now I have confirmation that it is, because apparently she used to body shame the shit out of all of her dancers and shit. Right, and she herself is like trying to like not be fat anymore. You know, so I'm just like, man, like what?
Right.
Like, I had a feeling that she was kind of a shit person to begin with, but I also think the body positivity part of it was probably like producers and stuff, you know, because obviously, you know, when she first like arrived on the scene, you know, she was up there, big girl, she's playing the flute and shit, and
which was pretty cool, by the way. I watched those videos, I was like, oh shit, I didn't know
she's pretty good at it. Yeah. But again, I was like, of course, there's gonna be trolls.
Right.
Who are just like, oh, this fat bitch, you know, fucking playing the flute, you know. And I think that like her producers or whatever, her team was probably like, listen, like, you know, this sorry to say, this kind of stuff isn't going to go away as long as you're a big girl.
Right.
You know, they did it to Adele. They did it to, you know, fucking, Rebel Wilson, you know. So it's like you either lose the weight or pivot, you know, and try to make this like you're a body positivity person, you know, and I think
which is totally fine.
That's totally fine. Right. But again, if you're gonna go on the body positivity train, like don't be fucking telling your dancers that they look fat as shit. You know? Right. Like don't be the opposite of what you're claiming to be, because inevitably people are gonna find out. Fucking paparazzi are fucking everywhere. The internet exists. Like,
or you just that's what's always like blown my mind too, is that it's just like, do you ever feel like these people feel so powerful that their name alone, like, do you ever think that Ellen was like, I'm gonna say whatever I want to you because you're never gonna say anything about me because I'm fucking Ellen?
That's how that was like her whole thing, dude.
That's what I'm saying. Like my thing is that it's just like, I'm not working with famous people, but everyone has a threshold.
Yeah.
And I feel like the one ace in the hole that humans have is that if you're just a dick to me, you're a famous person. Like, I'm going to tell everybody.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Like, that's what I'm saying.
You know who I kind of sympathize with more now? Surprisingly, Justin Bieber.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude. Because remember, he was like, I don't want to say he wasn't the start of it, but he kind of got a lot of shit, you know, when he started really blowing up. And he like, you know, he was like a young guy, you know, he just wanted to live his life and hang out with his friends. And he got, you know, he got famous when he was like 12 or something.
Yeah, 13, 12.
Yeah. So it's like, you got to think about it. Like, imagine like not having like any teenage hood because you're just being swarmed by cameras and shit all the time. So it's like, I look back and I'm like, if anybody had any reason to be kind of a piece of shit, it was him. You know, because he's just like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, you know, I want to, like, you guys are fucking my day up. You know? And I kind of understand that. He did have like somewhere it's just like, you shouldn't do that. But it's just like, I look at how all these celebrities react to like this publicity, and I'm like, honestly, I think I would have reacted like Justin Bieber. You know, and I kind of feel bad for him, like for the hand he was dealt. Like, I'm glad he became really successful and everything, but like, yeah, dude, that's gonna suck to just have your childhood stolen away, like, or taken away because you got famous.
Kind of worries me sometimes, man, because it's just like we have our fun.
Yeah.
Like, and we have had chemistry years before we even had the idea to do this show.
Uh-huh.
Like, you're a genuinely good person, and I know that I'm a good person, and I know that you know that I'm a good person. But like, do you ever fear that like if we got the Joe Rogan deal, like Spotify was just like, yeah, dude, I mean,
Yeah.
like, here's a check. I mean, it's just like, do you just, I mean, you have to just start feeling invincible, right? Like that's just what it is, like, right?
See, yes, but I feel okay. So like you and I feel like would fall more to like the comedian end of it. You know, like where we would probably get away with saying things a little bit more just because it's comedy. You know, and of course we don't mean what we're saying a lot of the time. You know, we're just joking to like push buttons and you know,
being
say
comedians.
shit. That being said, I feel like, yeah, if we actually do start doing deviant shit like fucking Louis C.K. did, you know, and fucked up his career.
I don't want to jerk off in front of people. This is also why I'm saying, like, I kind of want to be married and have kids before I get fucking famous, because I'm not trying to get like in trouble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that like, oh, a bunch of money just makes you want to do that stuff. And I have no intentions. And people who know me know I'm a good person, but it's just like, I always think, and I'm just like, I hear those stories and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What? Like, I don't even listen to Lizzo's music, and I have no opinion, positive or negative, about her. But when I heard that she did that, I was like, that doesn't sound like Lizzo. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I don't even know a lot about her. Or like the fucking Jared Fogle thing.
Oh my God.
No, dude, straight up.
Yeah.
Like I watched this documentary about him, and he just got a taste of money, and he just became feverishly addicted to sex.
So my thing with Jared is, I don't think it was before. I don't think it was Subway that did that to him.
No.
You know, like,
I think he was ridiculed for being a fat guy his entire life.
well, yeah, and I think that's what it was. I think he just like, you know, lived kind of a life of ridicule, you know, and then got some fame, you know, lost a bunch of weight, and then yeah, like you said, he just felt invincible and thought he could do everything, and then started fucking kids.
Right.
Yeah. So
But those demons have to exist before that.
that's what
right?
I'm saying. I think that was something that existed beforehand, but now he had the tools,
The means.
to do it.
Yeah.
You know, which is fucked up. But
Yeah.
I feel like that it goes back to like what I was saying. Like, you know, everybody's got something that they're kind of like nobody can know. You know, but I feel like as a celebrity, like you said, like you feel more invincible to like not give a shit that, or like you feel like you know you got people to like cover this up, or you've got I don't know, but yeah, dude, for sure. Like I feel like it's just it comes with the fame.
Like, I just get worried. Like, I don't get worried. I'm not worried about it, but it's just like, I like to think about a scenario where you and I keep doing the show for years and years and years, and eventually we start making some money, and eventually we start getting stagehands and a nice studio and endorsements, and it's just like, all of a sudden, 15 years fucking happens later, and then we get some news. Fucking Jacob Santoro from Basement Dweller Productions yelled at some stagehand,
Yeah,
and now I'm in trouble. Like, that's just like,
that's the thing. Is like I don't think you would do that though. I don't see you yelling at people. I see you probably getting like, "Hey, man, like, come on." Like, I could see you like talking to someone pretty sternly.
yeah.
I don't see you like being like, "What the fuck are you doing, bro?"
Right.
You know. But even then, I don't think yelling at people is like gonna ruin your career.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see anything in you that would be like, that would get you like, that would ruin you. You know, I don't see anything in me that would ruin me. You know, maybe I definitely see myself yelling at people.
But that's what I'm saying. Is just like, they had to have had these conversations with themselves, right?
No, dude, that's something that I've realized.
I'm saying that like Ellen had to have a conversation before she was Ellen. Where she was like a comedian, just trying to make it in this world, and she was just like, I want to stay humble, and you know what I mean? Like, I feel like we all have this conversation. So I wish I could see into like the eyes of famous people, and I want to see like everyone's, what do you call it, the apex moment. Like, what moment happened in your life of success where you feel like you're
They
like,
just turn to the dark side.
right?
I don't know, man. I think it just comes with. I think there's just like a frustration there too, because like I feel like ultimately, like when you become a public figure, you know, you are probably gonna feel somewhat used by your people. You know, like whoever's in charge of you or whoever manages you, whoever signs your paycheck.
Right.
Like, so think about this. Like, if someone, you know, if a company changed your life and started paying you hundreds of thousands of dollars a day, right? How would you feel if that company was like, listen, you got to do this or that's going to stop?
Yeah.
You know, it's like you get accustomed to like a lavish lifestyle and then that shit it's getting threatened to be taken away. Like, it's going to change you a little bit. Because, you know, like there's famous people who aren't living super awesome anymore.
Yeah.
Because they've, for one reason or another, got fucking, you know, canceled or, you know, just taken out of the spotlight.
Can you imagine having the shit kicked out of you? Like, just your, like, entire, like, you know what I always think about? Tara Reid.
Which one was she?
That's the girl from Sharknado. She's also from the first American Pie movie.
Okay.
She's the blonde that dates. Like her whole thing is that she doesn't know what it's like to orgasm. If I showed you a picture, you know who she was. But like, she just had like the Lindsay Lohan problem, where she just like drugs and stuff like that, just pressure and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So not only is your life in the toilet, but you're also like a joke on American Dad. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. I mean,
I think when you become famous enough to just be ridiculed for being famous,
yeah.
like that's when I feel like that's like the worst
Well,
feeling.
that's the people, you know, crumbling under the pressure. You know, Britney Spears, fucking, who else? Amanda Bynes.
Or like,
I mean, Amanda Bynes, I think, had like also mental problems, but
well, yeah, Britney's whole thing was that like her fucking dad like ruined her.
yeah, and she's not the same anymore. I don't know.
There's a
if you've seen
theory.
her.
There's a theory going around that she's not even alive anymore.
Really?
Yeah, that's not Britney.
Her Instagram is kind of scary. I don't know if you've seen it recently.
I haven't.
But
yeah, that's just like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying that I'm like I'm thinking about our inevitable downfall or anything like that. I'm just saying that like that just sucks. Like I genuinely hope that, you know, like it sucks to know like that Lizzo was pressuring her dancers to do that.
yeah,
And it's not cool.
Yeah.
And I would like to hope that at the end of the day that she does feel bad about it and she learns from it. That's the whole thing, is that you got to just take the lumps and move on. But at the same time, it's just like, I don't wish, because you're right. You get so used to this lifestyle. And then now at any moment, because either you fuck up or someone lies about it, like it's over.
So I look at this. So the whole fact that she did a lot of shitty stuff beforehand, like, is kind of like the killer for me. Like, the eat the banana out of the pussy thing, I'm kind of on the fence about. It's a shitty thing to do, right? But imagine yourself at like a bachelor party, right? Imagine yourself at my bachelor party and I take us there.
Yeah.
Right? And you're like, I don't want to eat a banana out of the pussy. And I'm like, do it, Jacob. You're not, if you eventually did it, I don't think you would publicly go and be like, Christian made me eat a banana out of the pussy.
but I also, but again, it's all situational, because you know that one of my biggest pet peeves is that.
Yeah.
So, and you know that I know that as my friend, you'd be like, okay.
So I think what was happening there, so you and me, like that situation's different, but you know that there are people who would be like, right, I'll do it, you know, and then they do it and it's like fucking whatever.
Yeah, you're
right?
my, go ahead.
But I think that's probably what happened there. Like, she probably thought she was like hanging out with people who were down for whatever.
Do you think
know?
it's because do you think they're down for whatever because she's Lizzo?
It could have been. Or maybe she did have like kind of a semi-close friendship with these people, you know, but it sounds like, you know, like, because she's kind of like the one in charge, obviously, you know, she hasn't really had to test boundaries with them.
That's a crazy test to test boundaries.
That's an insane test, but I'm saying, like, you know, if you're out with your friends and you go to Amsterdam, you know, if you go to the red light district in Amsterdam, you're going to see some insane shit. Right? That's kind of why people go there.
But again, if my best friend did it, the next day I'd be like, I'm glad we had fun. I was a little embarrassed by that, but thank you for stopping when I said no.
Yeah.
If you're my boss, I'm going to castrate you.
That's what I'm saying.
Legally.
Yeah. So I think what happened is that Lizzo misjudged her
Boundaries.
relationship with these
Correct.
people and she thought she was kind of trying to be like, oh, we're having fun, we're just doing crazy shit because we're friends, right? And they were just like, you're my boss, like no,
Right.
you know, like don't do that.
This is very inappropriate.
Yeah, which if I'm the dancer, I'm not going to the red light district with my boss, period. You know, but if you went and this happened, then yeah, I think it's just she misjudged her friendship, because I don't doubt that she has tons of friends that she could have gone with that would have done it, you know, but again, if you don't know the people you're hanging out with and they're not going to be cool with it, then yeah, you're going to get in some fucking shit.
Just stop being weird, you guys. Stop making millions of dollars and being weird.
Would you eat a banana out of a pussy?
It'd be yeah, I mean, it'd be fun. Like, I mean, just like you know, like it's sure. Like, am I with you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
For fun, you know, like whatever. Like if we're going to Amsterdam, like boys trip, like, and if I had a partner and you know it was like respectable boundaries, like yeah, sure, like of course. But I'm also not like a strip club guy. But again, like if that's the goal,
I don't see us ever being in that situation.
no, me neither. but like, but I mean, if that's like the goal, like.
Yeah.
High five. Okay, but like that's like something like we're not gonna go around and be like, guess what we fucking did last week. Like that's just something that like, you and I sit at the bar. Like, do you remember that time? That was so funny.
I feel like I'm such a like peer pressure bitch. Like I feel like I would do it even if I didn't want to.
Yeah, see, I won't do it.
I feel like I'd be like, okay.
Yeah,
you
so
know,
no.
like I feel like I would like I don't know what's some other crazy shit they have over there. I remember there's like one bar I saw on TV where like you have to do a shot and it's got like a toe in it. Have you seen that?
No.
It's got like a human toe in it. Yeah. I feel like I would do that.
I'd probably do that before I eat the banana out of a
Really?
pussy. Probably.
Damn.
Because I have I have this problem where like you see it on TV and stuff like that where I'm just like, sweetie, are you okay? Like, have you eaten today? Not knowing that these dancers probably make more than I'll ever make ever in my life. You know what I mean? Like, but it's just like that's my thing. I'm just like I get on my soapbox where I'm just like, they don't even want to be here and I'm degrading them by you know, like you know what I mean? Like so that's
Again, but like if you feel like you've got like a close friendship with them, what if I was your lead dancer, bro?
No, I'm talking about the dancer. I'm talking about the stripper.
Oh,
Like I have that problem with strippers
okay.
where there are lots of them who love doing what they do.
Yeah.
But in my head, all of them
you're
are just like
degrading them.
yeah, I'm just like, you monsters. Like, you know, so that's why I don't like going to those places.
I feel you. Yeah,
But I've heard many conversations of many dancers that are just like, oh, I have a blast.
yeah,
I love making good money and I love looking hot and I love,
yeah, dude.
I mean, don't touch me, you know, but like, you know, and which obviously, again, I don't know. Point is, if I'm going with my boss, no, I'm not going with my boss. But going with you, yes, I'm going with you.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, just don't fucking make people do shit they don't want to do, man. It's the bottom line. Like,
Let's end
if
on
people
a,
say no,
no.
then don't do it.
Let's end on
If they say no and they're your best friend, ask one more time, and then if they say no again, don't do it.
There you go. Yeah, it's a rule of threes. Let's end on some good celebrity news.
Okay.
Over the last couple episodes, since we've lived at the new house, we've been talking about the Magic the Gathering / Lord of the Rings crossover. We have discussed the one ring to rule them all. The card has been found. It was a 1-of-1 print. There's only one in the world. It was sent somewhere in North America, found up in the Great White North.
In Toronto.
And lo and behold, one Mr. Post Malone has purchased the card from a private seller.
I think I saw that he bought it for
$2 million.
$2.6 million.
Last year, this comes from NPR.org. Last year, American rapper and singer Post Malone dropped $800,000 on a rare Black Lotus card signed by the artist who drew it, making it the most expensive card Magic the Gathering purchase ever until now. He may have paid as much as $2 million for the One Ring, a one-of-a-kind card released in June. He purchased the single print card from TikTok user Brooke Tafton, who posted a video on social media Tuesday after finding the card. In the video, which has racked up nearly 4 million views, Tafton's hand shakes as he exclaims, "The card, look what I found, let's go," Tafton wrote. The card was found to be in mint condition, which was rated by a sports and trading grading company, PSA. So Post Malone has purchased a piece of cardboard for $2 million. You know what, though? Good, you know?
I'm happy he's got it.
And I'm happy that a person got it.
Yeah.
I'm glad that Card Kingdom didn't get it, Troll and Toad didn't get it, TCG didn't get it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The companies that just bought thousands of boxes.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it wasn't one of those guys. I'm
Right.
so happy that this was a Charlie Bucket.
It was a fan.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like all of us here like would have loved that feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that like someone felt it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that Post Malone flew the person out They did the deal.
He did it exactly the way we thought he was going to do
Right.
it. Like, we knew that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, we knew that he was going to have it at one point or another. The guy was going to buy it, but I mean,
No, I'm glad Post Malone has it. I feel like he's got the means and the resources to actually keep that thing
such a cool guy, man.
perfect forever.
bet
Yeah,
that
he's
guy's
a
so
big
cool.
Lord of the Rings fan and a big MTG fan.
Yeah.
So fuck yeah, dude. I mean, what I sent it to you and I was like, the king has returned.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he's got the ring. So I mean, yeah, dude. I'm happy he's got it.
I did also find out that there was a Kickstarter, or like a GoFundMe, to purchase boxes. If it was our idea, like if they were to get it, they were going to Mount Doom it.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I thought that was pretty funny too. So I was like, if it wasn't this guy, I would have hoped it would have been the other guys that would have done that. $2 million for, and this is where I love the camaraderie of nerd things. And this is kind of what I wanted to end on, is that, of course, people roll their eyes at that. And I mean, even us, like there is such thing as too expensive. But I mean, in all reality, if Christian or I would have pulled that card out of a pack, no, it would not have been destroyed. Would we have sold it? More than likely. But
I feel like if I found it, I would have hung on to it.
yeah.
I wouldn't have told. I would tell you, but I would get it. I would send it out to get
Graded.
graded and everything, and then I would just hang on to it
Dude, I would be in my room just like
forever.
I'd
Yeah,
just be coming
I would hang
Gollum.
on to it for years until it was like, oh, it must not have been found. It must have been destroyed. Blah blah blah. Once I started seeing that stuff, and I started seeing the bids start to like really skyrocket, then I would sell it. Because I appreciate that guy for selling, or whoever got it. I appreciate them selling it to Post Malone, so like right after getting it. But I think they could have got more for it,
Probably. It was definitely probably a heat of the moment kind of thing.
Yeah.
See, the way I look at it though is just like, I look at those things as like a sense of pride.
Yeah.
So like what I think is like when we're on the wide shot right here, I just want it like right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just like I want like one like just casually. Yeah, and that's how I want to like announce that we got it. You know what I mean? But how mad would you have been? So we talked about this in the last episode. It was graded a 9 out of 10. How mad would you have been?
Yeah, that's
A
pretty-
1 of 1 card got a 9 out of 10 in grading.
I think it's stupid that it could get a 9 out of 10 just out of the package because it wasn't printed absolutely perfectly.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, there are people, I've seen people open up like the original Pokemon cards, like with Charizard and stuff like that, where it's a guaranteed 8.5 because of centering. Like it's just off center.
Yeah, that's dumb. I feel like if it's not your fault, especially if it's a 1 of 1, like what are you comparing it to?
Right.
Like that's stupid. Because doesn't it also have like a completely unique like border and like boxes and everything?
Oh, yeah.
So like, what are you comparing it to?
Yep.
You can't say that's not a 10 because it's not centered. Like, it's the only one. It is center for being the only one that exists.
Yeah. I would like to see it one day. I hope I get to see it. I would like to look at it like someone looks at the Mona Lisa.
Just ponder it.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
would be
Wouldn't it be cool just to like, even if it's behind glass, I'm just like, wow. That's pretty sweet.
It's the only one. Yeah, I mean,
National Treasure 4, the quest for the One Ring.
just gonna go rob Post Malone's house.
He lives
I
in
mean, there've
Utah.
been movies like that. What was that one? The fucking that Star Wars movie.
Yeah, super fans or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they go watch the Phantom Menace at George Lucas's house, or they go to steal the Phantom Menace from George Lucas or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's good though. I'm super happy that had a great happy ending, and I'm glad that an individual got it, and it gives me hope. Go play the lottery. It is currently at like $1.5 billion right now.
God.
Something or other like that. So if you want to I'll go buy it from Post Malone if we win the lottery. I play once a week, so I buy one ticket once a week, and I will never buy more than one ticket once a week. Just so I
I
can
don't know if you'd sell it.
sell it. No, it's priceless.
Yeah.
At this point, it's priceless. No, I'm saying the lottery wise. Don't be a clown and buy hundreds of dollars worth of tickets. Always buy one. So when you win, you could say buy one ticket. So here's hoping that the Basement Dwellers win the lottery. If they do, you will never see another episode of the show again.
Yeah.
We'll be too busy. We'll have someone else. We'll do stand-ins.
Or we'll be recording it on our diamond cameras, on our golden thrones,
yeah,
yeah,
on the Golden Thrones. That's
Yeah.
when we get really. That's when
with our muscle implants.
That's when
and our facelifts.
yeah, with our face stapled to the back of our welcome to the Basement Dwellers. Yeah, dude, that's when all of my oh, don't let this become your personality goes right out the window. That's when our whole house looks like the Blackstone Fortress.
Hell yeah, dude.
We're in real power armor.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that's when We will live that dream when we can afford to live that dream. Also, before we get out of here, I do want to make a reminder that September 9th, the Basement Dwellers are doing their first ever live podcast at the Tap Room 120. That's going to be in Gilbert, Arizona. That's going to be from noon to midnight, from noon to 6. There are a bunch of local podcasters who will be doing shows every hour on the hour, and we will be a part of that. I'm very excited. It's being hosted by our good friends over at ScaredyCast. I help them with their shows also as well, if you want to go check them out. But September 9th, that's a Saturday. Clear your schedule. It's a free event, all ages. There's going to be beer, food trucks, local Arizona merchants and vendors. You can, for art, all that fun stuff. It's a great little tap room, wrestling themed, horror themed. It's got a little cool vibe to it. It's the most ScaredyCast thing I've ever seen in my life. So we'll probably make a couple more reminders about that throughout the next month. But yeah, come say hi to us. We'd love to. Very excited to do that, and we would love to see you guys at the live show. What else do you got?
I'll be there too.
Oh yeah, this guy will be there too. So patreon.com/basementdwellerproductions. If you want to support the show, $5, $10, $15. $15 gets you a special little drawing that we will absolutely send out to you. There's still 98 left. So while there is no rush, please hurry because we would love to support. Thank you guys for tuning in so much, and we hope that you guys have a stellar day. Bye.
Bye.
If you like what you heard, type into their Instagram and Twitter. The information's right below with their email.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy.
Be sure to log into the channel by subscribing and check out the previous episodes. But until then, we'll see you next week with a new one. We out for now.